Alrighty, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing great. We are in the process of making this painting a reality. We are in the process of turning this painting into reality. Now, this is a black border painting. It's a black border. And we're going to start painting. So let me get on some gloves here. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, I should turn on my reference, which is on my laptop. I usually use references when I paint. And I'm gonna be like, hey, here's my reference. I'm gonna be looking back and forth at my reference. And I also need to put something else up on here. Alright, let's see, what is it? YouTube Studio, live chat. Channel, live chat. Here we go. Clipboard. We're gonna be a shill for Amazon today. Today you could get a Audible Plus free trial membership and access a massive library of audiobooks by tapping the link above. How exciting is that? Let's be a shill for Amazon today. That's what we're gonna do. Amazon Audible. You know what? I actually do, aside from the joking about shilling for Amazon, I actually do like Amazon Audible. I use it a lot. In fact, I would credit a lot of how I learned painting to Amazon. And I know that might set to Amazon Audible. Well, actually Amazon, because I get lots of supplies from Amazon, at least my early supplies. I don't buy too many supplies from Amazon now, but at least my early supplies I would get from Amazon. You know, it gives you an opportunity to really flip through some beginner stuff. But I would credit learning a lot of artwork from Amazon Audible books. Yes, that's right. Audible books that you can listen to on your drive to work or drive to your family home or on a nice long road trip or wherever. And Audible, you can listen to them anywhere on the go, and you can learn so many great things. And you might not think that you can learn about painting or drawing or sketching, because you need to be active for that, right? You need to see visuals, you need to see examples and samples. But sometimes you get a great audiobook that just inspires you to want to do artwork, or something that gives you some information that you might be searching for about how to paint better, or who to find references from, or maybe even how to look at your own art or evaluate your own art. And sometimes that's enough to help get you to the next level. And of course, sometimes you just need ideas or stories of other people to get you going. I'd love to think that I could just do art all in my own and never have any external inspiration or stories or ideas or other people to inspire me. But the truth is, I definitely need inspiration. I definitely need mentors. And although I've had in-person mentors, I definitely find books to provide great resources for mentors. So that's why I think checking out this Audible membership, where you get a free trial membership, massive library of audiobooks, it's actually great. You can learn so much from audiobooks, even though you're not going to be physically actively learning the techniques and the hand stuff. That's for when you're not driving or not on a trip or wherever. But you're actually going to have the opportunity to learn some great things. And can't speak enough about how great Amazon Audible has been for me. So that said, there's so many great books: art history, art art biographies, anything art related that you can find. Color theory, you can actually learn color theory. A lot about color theory and art composition just by hearing about it. Not because, of course you're gonna have to go home and test it and find ideas, but there's so many things in art that sometimes you just got You got to seek your own answers. And that's where Amazon Audible comes in. So here we go. What's up, Omizu? Omizu is here. We're going to start this painting. We're going to get into this painting here. How are we going to do this? Let's see. I want to use a gray. Let's start with this usual little gray nugget. It's a little cute little gray nugget right here. Call him a gray nugget because he's a monster. This man's baby is a monster. Little baby monster is here. And let me see. I've got mostly greens and blues, so I want just a little bit of. I might reuse the yellow for this table here. Let's reuse the yellow for this table. This yellow ochre. Yellow ochre with our raw brown sienna. It's a little bit of a different color. I'm trying to find just the right shade of this. And let's go ahead and paint this. So Omizu is probably here just so he can troll somehow. But that's okay, right? We all need a good troll. I've been receiving more trolls lately, interesting enough, but not because they wanted to like talk about my art or whatever, but because they just like want you to say nasty things by saying their names, and I won't do that. Let's go ahead and paint in this little wooded area, this little woody area. Omizu won't give me satisfaction for what? How do you feel? How do you believe I derive my satisfaction? Go. Bring in this little color right here. Can't get no satisfaction. Okay, and let's go like this, bringing it down, bring it down. Okay, let's go like this. Clean off this brush a bit. We're going to use a straight edge here. Let's use a straight edge to paint this next section in. Alright, let's see, where's our straight edge? I want to actually an angular brush. Try and create this edge. I need to get rid. Okay, I need to put some of these brushes in a different place because these brushes tend to like get in my way and confuse me. And I know some of these brushes I like probably won't use for a long time. Like this brush I'm not gonna need. It's time to narrow down my brushes. at all these brushes that I had in there. I had like 6. So these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brushes. I have a hard time using them. These fan brushes, I got to get used to. Somehow I always mess them up. But you know what? This is like what they're taking up space. I'll actually. This is a brush. This is a brush I actually use. It's a nice big one, but you know, try to keep it separate. Keep my brushes organized. I have a hard time throwing away brushes. That can be bad. That can be good. Sometimes it's good to toss them away. But let's see. Omizu refuses to troll tonight. Well, hey everybody. There goes your entertainment. Sorry. Omizu is choosing not to perform for the evening, so you're pretty much just gonna have to like make up your own statements. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. So many packages right now. Got some of these packages. Watch out, Scout. And watch out, Scout. Move your ass. All right, there we go. Got a nice set of canvases here. I'm trying to block my cats from getting out of here, which is a little bit harder than you'd think. All right. Now that distraction is over, let's paint our little table over here. I want to get this table. And we're going to go right into here. We're going to go with a flat yellow. Just clean this brush, but somehow it is still... Oh yeah, I didn't even want to use this brush. What am I doing? What's the angle of the brush I was using? Here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, baby. Looking good. Oh yeah, look at this. All right. Oh yeah. And these colors go down. Oh, these colors, so great. Wonderful, wonderful colors. Now let's just slide this around. Okay, paint this down. Put some paint down. Let's curve this around. Speaking of, today's live stream is semi-sponsored, not officially sponsored by Amazon Audible. So to make this live stream possible, I do sometimes promote products where I earn a commission. Therefore, you know, I know It's funny, isn't it interesting how I feel like uh, there's so many opportunities to to earn and make a living as an artist if you're willing to put yourself out there and if you're willing to like help people get things that are helpful for them. And the reason why picked Amazon Audible as a product is because I really believe in it. Amazon Audible is an amazing way to get audio recordings of every book, almost every book. They do have occasionally one out of like every 100 books that I would like really obscure, random study books on certain subjects that occasionally I have to like, go find at a physical library or maybe even buy directly from the website of the author, which is like an obscure motivational speaker or something who has some idea. Oh my, come on, kitty. Get back in here, dude. Why you gotta be, don't make me close the dang door, man. Get in here. Get in there. Scott, get in there. This isn't like a little doggy door. It's not a doggy door, bro. Why you gotta make it difficult? Huh? Yeah, goodness, what do you do with you? Oh, little cat somehow always finds a way to escape. The only solution is to make him put on lots and lots of weight so he can't fit through the gap in the door anymore. The only solution is to make him put on lots of weight. That is the only possible solution. So, where was I? Yes, Amazon Prime, one of the greatest tools that I know of for audio books. Now, do I listen to it every day? No, but I listen to it quite a lot a month. I am a heavy user of Amazon audio tapes. And I've learned so much from it. I've learned about artists like Picasso, Monet. I've learned about entire movements of art through my many, many hours of listening to Amazon Audible. In fact, one book I highly recommend, it's called What Are You Looking At by Will Gompertz. He was a former director of the Tate Modern in London, which is, one of London's big claim to fame museum. And he does a great job explaining art to help you develop, to help people develop an art appreciation. He does a wonderful, wonderful job of it. And I highly recommend that book for starters if you're, just trying to test what I'm saying about whether it's really true that you can learn a lot about art just without looking at it, right? Like, obviously, unless you're like an audio artist, like music or something, or like storytelling, and you're not in movies, or you're like, obviously at some point you do need to do the hands-on stuff, right? That should be a given. I'm not saying you can learn how to paint without the actual practice of painting, but I do say that if you do listen to audiobooks, which you can get through Amazon, that there is a definite benefit to it. And why does art history even become important for artists from my perspective? It's this idea that can really, actually, there's so many reasons. There are so many reasons that a good book on art history can actually be helpful to you. Sometimes, I think every artist wants to be known as like an original, right? Someone who's like who explores beyond the Wild West in search of gold and new frontiers of art. But the reality is, there's so much more to it having to do with like current cultural context and you know, finding things at just the right time, and just knowing like how artists came to the context of their artwork. Sometimes that can be incredibly helpful in deciding on your own adventures. But if you don't have that, then you know you might just be trying too hard to make up something that doesn't need anything new. But here we go. At some point we're going to paint these legs down. We're just going to leave this here for now. Let's see. Scott, you stay inside, boy. Stay inside, boy. Stay indoors now. Okay, let's clean off this angular brush here. I should have another painting I want to make tonight. Eventually we will take a break on this and I'm going to do the painting. Let's see. Let's add some colors. Let's do some painting now. Let's color this. Hey everybody, let's color. Coloring, coloring, coloring. Let's color. Like we're in elementary school. Let's go. Painting is just coloring for adults, people. And we use oil because it makes us feel like, you know, we're actually sophisticated adults rather than just children pretending to be adults. Okay, so let's start with this. We're going to paint this down right here. I'm just using a nice big brush to lay down these areas of paint. I need to end right around there. Let's go around. It's got like a suit on, so I'm not gonna get too far into this. Let's grab some more black here. And let's go with this side of the suit here. Just gonna go around. It's a really big brush. I think big brushes. Why do I want to use this big brush? I think big brushes can help you build confidence in painting. There's a certain feel that comes with working with a big brush, you know, because rather than being so stuck on certain details with a small brush. And by the way, I use a really small brush too. In fact, I do them so often that some viewers often make fun of me for it. And I get it. I get it. I get why someone would make fun of someone for using a small brush all the time. But I use it for certain details, you know. I have a reasoning for it. Especially, you know, when I'm painting, when I need to paint in more detail, right? It's great to use like big brushes when you're having fun, which painting should be fun. But, you know, sometimes you do have to paint for work. Sometimes you do have to like make artwork, not just for yourself, but like for people that might decide to look at it, right? And because of that, I think a lot of my art, so here's another thing, I think a lot of my weird art won't really make it into like a gallery anytime soon. So a lot of times I do have to paint stuff that like makes sense for the average viewer. Even if my YouTubers might not like it, right? Sometimes I do have to make art that I can show at a coffee shop show. Like at the end of this month, if you're in Los Angeles, I have a show in Los Angeles coming up. And it is at a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful little coffee shop in Glendale, California, for those of you that are wondering. And we're going to have a show. We are going to have a show, people. A nice solo show. My first solo show. My first, you know, exclusive solo show just for me, so I can show off all the pieces that I've done this past however long. All the pieces that didn't sell. Or you know what? Rather than saying I couldn't sell them, I think here's a euphemism. Poke it. No. Here's a better euphemism for, instead of saying my pieces that didn't sell, the pieces that I couldn't find a buyer for yet. There we go. There's some self-euphemisms to make yourself feel better about art that doesn't sell. Euphemisms, right? Say you just couldn't find a buyer yet, because sometimes, you know, sometimes you don't need to sell your work, right? Anybody who can find a buyer can sell an art piece. That's not where the difficulty in selling is, right? It doesn't need to be complicated. If you want to sell artwork, learn how to do caricatures and go sit on a popular city street in any major city, and you're going to sell something. 100%. You're almost pretty much guaranteed to sell something if you go to a busy city street somewhere and you learn how to do caricatures. I guarantee you will make money tonight. If you were to just pick up a if you go to Walmart, pick up a $20 set of watercolors or like oil pastels or whatever, and you just go sit on the closest busy street to you. That could be like Cincinnati or New York. The busier the better, right? Or Maui. I don't know if Maui has a really interesting downtown. I'm sure it does. Or like, you know, Manhattan, of course. You just sit there and you set up shop and you look like you're offering free sketches. You are most likely going to find somebody to buy your work. To buy one of your sketches. Because you're there. You are where demand is meeting opportunity for your work. And you could be the worst artist in the world. In fact, you could probably lean into this whole idea that you're not even a great artist, but you know, you're charging $30 for a 10 to 15 minute drawing, right? So 30, do that 3 times an hour. How are you making? You're making $100 an hour as an artist just by sitting in the street, and you don't even know how to draw. Like, that would be a fun and hilarious like sketch idea for some guy pretending to be an artist and charging people to pay them. Like, I could picture some YouTuber there, you know, doing that. So any YouTubers out there other than myself who want to do a prank and see if they could sell artwork on the streets without knowing how to draw, there's an idea, right? You just go into the street, set up a shop, and just say, hey, yeah, I'm doing bad drawings for $20. Bad drawings for $20 a pop. For 20 minutes. 10 to 20 minutes. Bad drawings. It's a thing. And the more of a shtick you can come up with, the better. But you know it's possible. You know there's some YouTuber out there that's going to be able to pull that off. Alright, so here we go. Not even kidding. That is a perfect, like, YouTube sketch idea. Alright, let's clean off this brush. And let's start to paint some facial features in this figure here. Let's start with some bits of red. Let's start with some bits of red here. Stressed out dad. And then add some dark browns. And let's add some white highlights into this nose spot right here. Let me find some pinks to go around the sides here. Let's grab a little bit of blue. We'll grab a blue and whiten it. Let's try to find just a little hint of blue here. I'm gonna go grab some more of our pink again. Actually, this blue is probably gonna be pretty strong, really strong blue, so I think it'll gray it more than anything if I add this blue in right here on the shadows of the face. And unfortunately, this painting is still really small compared to like the size that I need to actually make this look the way I'd like it to look, which is that there would be that I would have more space to really mess with his face. That would be ideal, but probably not going to happen. Let's see now. We're going to open this up right here. Let's see. How do we do this? How do we navigate this face area? I'm going to go grab some of this red. Grab this brown. And here we go. All right, and let's go grab some white here. I'm gonna grab our white. Let's like give a nice green blue. Go like this. Let me see. I didn't think I was going to be using red for this painting, but here I am. I need red. I should have add more red. And let's grab some black. We need our black because we're going to make an eye here. We're going to make some eyes. I'm going to grab a smaller brush now. Here's where the whole me using small brushes thing makes people so outraged. Actually, this isn't even the smallest brush I usually use. Occasionally, I'll use a 4-inch brush. This is my 4-inch brush here. So they can't make fun of me for that, right? Good old 4-inch brush. Super fine details, but I don't really need it for this painting. Sometimes I do. I mean, honestly, legit. Sometimes I really... You know what? I'm going to use a 4-inch brush just to use it. Just to use it. I do feel that I have been pressured into not using it, which, you know, doesn't mean... Which... You know, I get it. There is a reasoning to people's criticisms, and I get it. But I'm gonna use it just out of, I don't want to say spite, but just out of spite, for lack of a better term, just to say, hey, I'm gonna do it however I want. I think we get a little closer to the actual action. So the actual painting is like much bigger, right? But I decided to paint these walls a different color. So let's see if we grab some of this pink here. Pink red. So we go into here. Let's see how we can mess up this head here. Let's go. Let's do it. Hey, cat. She's my favorite person. Yeah, I'm painting right now. Yeah. Painting, streaming. Everything. Everything, everywhere. All at once. All right. we're gonna grab some of this white here, and I want to make some white marks along this face.
She's still getting in your way?
No, not this time, but earlier she was. Let's tighten this up with a little bit of, tighten this up a little bit. Should grab some red. Don't be lazy. If you got a color that you need, get it. That's what you bought all the paint for, right, Emmett? Sometimes I talk to myself, sometimes I talk to all of you wonderful people. And sometimes it's a little bit of both. Say a lot of things that don't always need to be said. And let's see, we're gonna go grab this red here. And here we go. We got some hands that we got to paint here. So let's make some nice looking hands. Oop, I got to get my reference photo here. And let's see how these hands are going to look. These hands are going to come right around the front. Let's whiten this up. Whiten up what's on our canvas here, our palette. And let's see. It's going to come down. And we'll paint over that later. Go like this. Just get this for now.
Okay. Is it for me?
I think it's for you.
I don't know.
Oh, no, it's not. It's my canvases.
More canvases?
More canvases.
Where are you gonna put them?
I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know if you will figure it out. But maybe you will. Okay. You say you will, I'll believe you. Oh, I didn't want to get more food.
More veggies.
I know.
Let's eat them. Let's have a vegetarian night tonight.
Is it cooked?
Put it in boiling water. Yeah, fine. I'll do it.
No, I don't think so.
Huh?
I'll do it.
Just boil them all so we have a vegetable soup. Add some oil, sesame oil.
Yeah. It's fruits too.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna go to the store.
I'm gonna be here.
Oh, you didn't cover the one that...
They didn't get out of that one. He got out of the main one.
Well, that's when he came in last night.
Oh, well, I guess he was desperate, but he must have been desperate.
Slam.
Yeah, he must have been desperate. Desperate times call for desperate measures. I don't think he's desperate to get out. He just, you know. He did. He tried sneaking out.
What?
Yeah, I was here. Fortunately, I saw him doing it. He wasn't even trying to hide it.
He wasn't?
Nope.
You think he can just come and go as you please? Through a cat door? That'd be dangerous. Really busy street.
What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I'm going to this one.
Oh. And here we go. We got right here. Huh? Maybe like an hour or two. Another hour. Maybe longer. Why? All right, we can close the doors. I know it's not ideal, but we can close them. And here we go, just building out some of the colors in this.
Stinky garbage. Very stinky.
Let's go. Let's go, Power Rangers. Okay. And there we have that. And here we go. So here we go. Going with this color, this nice deep dark value. Let's go over here, and these colors down. And let's keep this going. Come on, come on, come on. Almost there, baby. He's gonna have pretty much 2 sets of shoes. Give him some big old clown shoes. Now let's go. We're gonna bring in some lighter. We're gonna start blending in some white into this, like a white blue, so that we could actually see some folds and separation in our character. So I just know that because this is already a dark color, you've already got some, you know, it's really quite dark already. So all I really need to capture some of the ideas here is to really just layer down like a, okay, to layer down some highlights here.
Oh, another box? This little box?
Oh, that's for me too.
That's food?
Mineral spirits for painting. So, oh yeah, because I know this is oil paints. Because I know this is an oil paint. to actually block the whole thing.
I can't do it from the side of the door.
I know, but you didn't even call me to come over and fix it. Alright, here we go. It's gonna go like this. I know that there's gonna be lighting coming from above. Let's go. Let's adjust these legs here. I'm gonna go. And then maybe a little bit of leg action on this other side too. Let's find some more blues to layer onto here. So these shapes are just helping me create some dimension. And let's see, how can we increase some folds in this? If he's sitting like this, the folds are going to come down. I'm trying to think of how these folds might go. All the folds might come around like, there might be some folds around the knee here. Just to signify that this is the knee. A little highlight to the top of the shoe. And let's clean off this. Actually, we're not going to clean this brush off yet. I'm going to grab a small brush, our good old 4-inch brush. Let's see the actual size. It's just a petite round. I don't know the actual measurements of this brush. The reason why the reason why I'm explaining this is because if you go looking for a brush, so my viewers have called this the 4-inch brush. They have solely dubbed anytime I use a small brush the 4-inch brush. But I feel like the need for anybody who might be watching who actually wants to know what brush this is, just know that this is not a actual 4-inch brush. I don't know the actual size, but if you're going to look for a brush, you might not find it if you're actually asking for a 4-inch brush. You know, you have to, this is really just a petite round. You can find this on any side, any length brush, but and you can find this in multiple lengths. This brush actually comes with many length varieties. But you just know that this is a round brush that I'm using. Just for what's my reference for tonight? I'm gonna have to let you guess though, Mizu. This is your time to shine, baby. Your time to shine. Let's see what your cultural knowledge is of filmmaking. So this is, I will give you a hint though. This is based on a movie. And you know what? I'm going to make you guess. It's one of those nights. You're going to have to guess. Yes, you're going to have to, this is based on one obscure scene from a movie. And you are expected to figure that out. Isn't that exciting? Isn't that fun? So let's continue using this 4-inch brush. We're going to, let's add in some shadows. Shadows always help to define a hand. So let's see, we're gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this. Right over here. And then hand right over here. And then let's go to this other one. Breakfast at Tiffany's. Man, you're so close, but not quite there yet. So close, but not quite there. I think, you know what, I will be honest. Since this part has not quite developed itself yet, that's also a hint, by the way. That is a very loose hint. Since this figure has not quite fully developed yet, I haven't, it might be a little harder to figure it out. All right, let's put this brush on the graduate. Nope. Almost. A little bit earlier. Almost. You're almost there, man. It's just so close. You're just a little bit of a darker tone of a movie. Actually, a much darker tone of a movie. Let's grab some white. I'm going to go into here. It's going to create some dimension with this. Gonna make its head a little bit more egg-shaped here. Let's go even more white along the top. Just give it a highlight. I feel like the ultimate test would be if you were to put this in a ChatGPT and see if ChatGPT could figure it out. I'm sure ChatGPT would be able to. ChatGPT is surprisingly good at analyzing images. And no, for the record, I did not steal this image from ChatGPT. I stole it from a movie. Given that, you know, I did do the job of changing up my idea, you know, changing it up, developing the style a little bit. So it's not totally, you know, it's not totally like totally stolen from the movie, but mostly is. Let's maybe like add some red into this little baby thing. We need to add some color into its body here. Let's give it some unusual skin colors. We're gonna give it like a mushy color. Let's give it some mushy colors. Always need some blood. And then let's go it's just like this ooze. I'm gonna make them like an ooze here. All right, now that we've got this, I think it's probably a safe time to take off the tape. You know what? I'm gonna do a little magic trick here. We are going to lay down a little light, little magic trick. It's not even a magic trick. Why am I calling it a magic trick? Nice central light here. Do I really want to leave the light? Let's see how this is. Let me try to play with this lighting here. It's such a tight space here. I was thinking I'm just gonna have a light like right coming down right here. But it'll make it feel uneven. Let's see, rule of thirds. Just have a nice little light coming down from the ceiling. Do a nice straight black line. Nope, that's not gonna work. It's a little too big. See, will this work as a straight line? No, this might work. We'll bring our light down right above. Let's see, is it going to come straight down? Hopefully this is coming straight down. I have to use my powers of observation here. Oops. Now, my powers of observation have definitely shown that at times it's not dependable. Oh, you know what I should have did? This needs to go. This little area right here needs to go, and I just need like a nice bright little spotlight. Nice little light bulb. Just right above his head. Just need a nice bright little light bulb. Fluorescent light bulb. So let's grab some of this yellow. We're gonna grab some of this white. I'm just gonna paint this little light bulb above his head. Big light bulb. He's sitting all alone with this little monster. This is every dad's fear. Just sitting alone with the little monster. Just kidding. Some dads actually love their children. That was another hint, by the way, as to what movie this is. This is an interpretation of a film still or a copy of it. This is an interpretation of a film still. It is very close to being the film still, but you know, it is also interpreted. Like, if you knew the movie, you'd be like, oh, now I get it. Let me know when you give up on these. If you really, really, really have given up and you don't feel like guessing anymore, I will totally reveal the secrets of my greatness. If you really, really don't feel like guessing, I shall give you the answers. You know what? I want to gray this out a little bit. Oh! Look at that. Look what I just did. That's okay. What a beautiful little accident, huh? It almost like gives you like this like reality. Yeah. Oh no. Look at what just happened again. What should I do? Somebody give me answers. Give me answers. Please. Wipe it off. Blend it in. Just leave it. Oh, excuse me. Right, let's see what we can do. Must take action now. One of these defining moments of every artist's life. We have to decide what to do with a smudge. Because I don't just want this like big blue smudge everywhere. Come on. Really? Honestly, it's not too bad. It's just... Oh, what did I do? It's totally on a roll, too. Oh, well. Let's just keep going. Push through. Maybe it adds an effect. Maybe we can do something with it. There's certain spots I don't want it. Like maybe on here. You know what? I can leave it on there. It kind of looks cool. It looks alright. By the way, if this was like, you know, a different type of painting, if I was doing different type of artwork that didn't benefit from happy accidents like this, I totally wouldn't paint it like this. I would have used less mineral spirits on my palette on this thing. I'd have used much less spirit. And mineral spirit is the thing that helps to loosen up the paint. The terp derp. The terp drip. The derp drip. So you still haven't figured out the movie yet, Omizu, eh? If you ever do, let me know. I will reveal it by the end of this live stream, but until then, it shall remain a mystery. Let me give you another hint. The director of this movie passed away recently. So if you have any interest in, you know, like pop, cult, classic horror films, then you might know this director who has recently passed away. May he rest in peace, of course. Yeah, that's another hint. I've pretty much given away the movie at this point. Come on now. You're not working that hard, Omizu. You gave 3 guesses, and I'm already feeling like you gave up. Honestly, if this was like a real life thing, like, hey, guess who I just saw today? You know, you know, if you only gave like 3 guesses, I'd be like, all right, fine, I'll tell you. But you know, this is actually a visual reference. Therefore, only the cool kids know, Omizu, and it looks like you're not a cool kid right now. Like, how can you not recognize this? How can you not recognize these iconic characters? Like, even if you don't know the movie, you have surely Templey seen this, like, would recognize these characters in some way. But on the other hand, Omizu, I don't know if you, I don't really know what your movie tastes are. Like, I know you like pop. You know, you do great. You do some amazing pop art, and you like skateboarding. So I just assumed that you like, you know, things that are a little bit underground, maybe. Things with like like cult classics. Things don't always have to be totally mainstream for you. You know, you like the anti-mainstream. Am I just making assumptions about somebody who loves skateboarding? I don't know. Dinner with Andre. Nope. Sitting in the corner with baby. Well, that is what's happening, man. Are you hinting to me that you know what this is and you just don't want to give it away because there's other people here? Ah, you are the best streaming guest ever. If that is it, man. Wow. It's like you already know what it is. You're the best stream watcher ever. Alright, I need to clean off this brush. It's expanded beyond its usefulness. Fern, have you gotten a new lust for life? Is that why you're enjoying the outdoors? All right. Of course you're not the only one here, Omizu. It says there's at least one other person in here with you. And that's only counting people with accounts. So, of course you're not the only person. Duh. There's always people watching me. Always. That's what I call good paranoia. See, why is it called paranoia when you think the government's watching you? Even though it's true. But it's called delusion when you think fans are watching you, even though it's probably not true. Yo, Justina, what's up? Oh, does Justina know the reference, or are you talking about the thing I said about conspiracy versus, or are you talking about what I just said about conspiracy versus paranoia? Is that the context of what you were just addressing just now? Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying the show, for enjoying the conversation. Hope it fits into your daily agenda, your daily dose of entertaining. Painting as entertainment. Both. Yeah. I hope Omizu didn't just come up with a another name and make it seem like there's another viewer here. Just kidding. So what's going on, Justina? What brings you into this part of the world? This obscure part of the world of random YouTube painters who paint unusual things that most people probably don't get. This is one of those parts of the internet where even I'm fascinated. I mean, I'm like, how do random people discover me? Now, I know how people used to discover my channel. I know how I got most of my subscribers, and that's because I did a lot of product reviews. And, you know, people would just find me because they're looking for products, information on certain products. So that's how I know, that's how I built my YouTube channel. But sometimes I paint and I'm like, I have no clue. I have literally no clue how YouTube knows to like send, for example, Justina a clip of this live stream because she will be not only interested in it, but like, you know, actually click and watch. YouTube algorithm is fascinating. Again, this is not the right brush that I need to be using. Use the right brush for the right, you need the right tools for the right jobs. And that tool that I need right now, what is that flat? I need a good flat brush. Why don't I have any flat brushes? I don't use flat brushes on a regular basis. I always thought that round brushes would do the job. I mean, filbert brushes would do the job, but they don't. I had a flat brush earlier. Oh, is this it? Ah, is this? Both. You like art, and I'm doing it randomly found me because they periodically do mini surveys after some kind. Ah, and lo and behold, of course, I know Omizu gives me the really good surveys. Gives me really good survey reviews. Therefore, my stream hits a wider audience. but you like art, and I am doing it. So thanks so much. Thanks for enjoying art. So by the way, just a shameless little plug here. Omizu also has an art live stream. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that art people that make paintings and stuff would just get together in like the same space for painting? I need some more Prussian blue. But they might just get together in the same space and you can meet a bunch of them at once. What? Like if you, that's why art fairs are so important for artists, is because like if you ever want to meet a bunch of art buyers all in one place, I mean, art fairs are the places to go. Except that they're so exclusive. Alright, I need to wetten this brush here. So we're going to add some mineral spirit. Drop it down a little bit. Let's see if this color's right. Alright, this color's a little bit darker. But that's okay. We're just gonna, let's go carve out. I'm gonna carve out this area right here. Surveys us. This is why you paint the background first, people. Because if you start to mess up the colors, you don't get just the right color mix, you don't get stuck with like these unusual backgrounds that have all these different colors in it. And although I like it, I can't say I don't like it. You know, you got to appreciate the beauty of oil paints is that you will get remnants like this from time to time. Which is great. Sometimes. Not all the time. So let's get into the hair here. I'm gonna bring this hair down just a little bit. We're gonna paint this, bring this down, shape this head a little bit. Let's put our paint, grab some of this blue, add some mineral spirit, just a dab of it. A little dab should take us a long way here. Just a little dab of mineral spirits here. Yeah, if you want nice flat paintings, you really gotta flat colors, which that's in right now. You know, flat, immaculate paintings are in right now. That is the in. But I definitely complain more about my work. You can hear cars driving by. Yeah, I live in an apartment in Los Angeles. Well, it's actually a city, a town called Burbank in Los Angeles. And unfortunately, in Los Angeles, in order to get an apartment that has no car, that you can't hear cars driving by, you have to pay. It starts at about $4,000 a month. So more like 3,000. Up middle 2,500s to 3,000 is the starting price if you want to have a nice quiet apartment where you cannot hear any cars. And also, I paint with oil paints, therefore, you know, I gotta keep my doors open. I don't know, do you paint, Justina? Are you? I don't wanna preach to the choir. I don't even know really what that means exactly, but you know, I don't want to share something that you might already know. So I don't know. Sometimes artists find my channel. I don't know if you're a painter as well, or if you make artwork with oil paint. So I don't know. So I don't know how much I should explain about this process, but so I use a lot of mineral spirits, and although oil paint does not really smell, definitely when you start to mix oil, it can also like, you know, oil can get rancid sometimes. And then with the mineral spirits, they say mineral spirits are supposed to be odorless, but they're really not. They can sometimes smell like chlorine if they sit for a while. I would call it like a very chlorine scent. Oh, you don't paint? Okay, so you know that's a little intro to painting 101. Is this idea that so in order to paint, in order to use this paint, to spread this paint, there's three ways you can really do it. Either you do it straight from the tube, which is, you know, however it is in a tube, however it is, that's how you paint it. Sometimes you need the paint to spread a little bit better, right? Like if I'm covering a large surface area, I want the paint to be nice and spreadable. So I might add either oil or mineral spirits. But, you know, mineral spirits will thin the paint a little better than oil will. It's much better at thinning the paint. So, and what it does when you thin the paint is it really just helps it spread better. And that's the goal of mineral spirits. So there's a quick tutorial on oil painting materials. Yes, because sometimes when you get the paint out of the tube, it's gonna be really thick and dense. And it's when it's really thick and dense, you need it to have some give. You want to give it some give. And this is dangerous because I'm using my left hand now. When I use my left hand, my only goal is to not totally ruin the painting. So here we go. Gonna grab some more of this color. Let's keep this going here. There's many reasons why you would want to keep this nice and flat as a painting. One of the many reasons why I should have did the background first. You know, here's a thought that I just came up with that I can save as like a side note. If you want the painting to be only about the figure that's in the foreground, aka like a portrait, then you should paint the portrait first and then do the foreground or the background. You can fill in the background after. But if the background is part of the feeling, the expression in your painting, the background contributes a certain emotion to it, which is, and you know what, like, no matter what, the background's supposed to contribute like a certain emotion, but if it's actually like a significant part of your painting, which it is for the effect that I'm trying to have, you know, sometimes it might be good to do the background first so that you have a flatter background rather than a background like this, which, you know, can be a little messed up. You know, I have too many areas that are like, I can point out my own mistakes. I have too many areas that are like, what do you call it? That are like, have different shades of blue. And that can, you know, you can use that effect to a good effect by creating like atmosphere, but I didn't really want to do that. but I didn't paint the background first, so I'm left with what I want, what I'm doing. So anyway, neat, pretty deep again. Yes, always getting deep with the philosophical stuff. Mizu joins in on these conversations sometimes, but yeah, there we go. So what kind of artwork do you like? Do you collect? Are you a do you buy art from QVC, or are you a or Marshalls, or do you collect anything? I know some people who might buy art from QVC. So that would be a great place to sell art. Just a live 24/7 art selling channel. Choose our left hand. Let's test our left hand. I've been training it for years. So far, not too bad. A little too flat right there. And here we go. You don't collect, walls are covered. That means you collect, right? Or like what are they covered with? How can they be covered if you don't collect? How can your walls be covered? That means, and the reason why I like said that with that expression is I feel like maybe some collectors don't feel like collectors because you know, maybe they're not buying at art fairs or whatever. But hey, if your walls are covered, you know, you are a collector of some sort. My walls are covered, except I collect my own art. We have a wide range of art from various places as well. That was a joke. You don't have to be a sophisticated art auction buying art collector to be a collector. This, I'm going to bring this up. You know what? I'm going to grab a different brush. This brush is a little bit too risky. Need a nice liner brush. Here we go. This should work. I'm gonna grab some of this lining brush here, and we're gonna go. Let's go into this. Lots of trees, flowers. Awesome. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Amazing. It's great. Okay. So now that we've got this, here's something else we got to do now. Okay. Let's clean this up. And we're going to pull off our tape. How do we do that now? How do we do that? Because I don't want to put my grubby fingers on this thing. I don't want to put no grubby fingers on it. Let's go like this. You know what would be a really cool, like, pro artist thing to say? If you're getting your art shipped somewhere and you just write, like, don't handle with care. You know, if you're, like, shipping your art somewhere for, like, a show, and you're the type of artist that can get away with, like, super avant-garde, unusual painting ideas, and you just want to pull like a flex, like, yo, I'm so cool, I don't care if my, you know, if my art gets handled inappropriately. I don't care if my art falls off a truck and like gets run over and then displayed afterwards, right? I'm just that cool of an artist. And that would be, and I think the best flex for that would just be to write on a box, don't handle with care. Allow the world to do with your art what it is going to do. So first and foremost, trying to think here. This is a really unusual setup. I want to contain them within this room, this like little box here. How's my day? What's up, Lock Lynn? Lock to the Lynn, bit of bin din din in a min in a dimmer. Lock Lynn. What's up, Lachlan? So let's see. We're gonna go like this. I mean, it could be Mio Mizu, but like no one's really no fine galleries are really paying to have my art shipped to their galleries yet. But it will be me. It would be me. On certain pieces, I would totally pull a do not handle with care on the box. But I also feel like it doesn't really work with paintings. Like you can work it with like sculpture, like glass or like something else, but I don't think it really works with paintings. All right. I had to do a little math in my head, a little bit of a figurative geometry. A little bit of geometry just now to figure out how to organize this space. What did I just do with my angle brush? Lachlan, you got any stories for us? What's going on? Let's hear the a made up story for the day. You got anything? Did you slay a dinosaur who was about to eat your sister? I don't actually know if you have a sister, by the way. I'm just totally making this up. I don't need to know. It's none of my business. Just totally making things up. Did you meet and have a conversation with Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen? Is he still alive? Alexa, is the singer of Van Halen still alive?
Van Halen's living members are David Lee Roth, Sammy Hagar, Gary Cherone, Michael Anthony, Wolfgang Van Halen, and Alex Van Halen. Their deceased member is Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, nope, he's not alive. Rest in peace, Eddie Van Halen. The lead singer of Van Halen is no longer alive. How is my day going? I'm doing all right, man. Or woman. Or other. However. Whatever. Whenever. Whenever. Wherever. Let me see if I can blend in these little weird splotches here that I spilled earlier. You know what would be fun? Just leaving this little splotch right there, because people are like, what is that? Why is there a splotch there? This must mean something. This little splotch must mean something. Let's analyze it and write stories about it. Why there's blue little drips in this painting. Because it must have been on purpose. It must have been left there. Because why else would an artist purposely leave a mess? There must be meaning. I must apply my own meaning to this painting. Without meaning, there is no purpose. The human mind's need to add meaning to everything is quite interesting, isn't it? Let's see where we at. We are right there. Oh, you know where I've messed up? So many reasons why this is totally doesn't really make sense geometrically. But sometimes I guess we just gotta roll with the flow, go with the flow, whatever that is. So we're gonna go ahead and paint in this blue. I'm just gonna expand this light blue to our edges here. No, probably want to use a darker blue because it's moving away from the light. Let's see. I'll go bring this down. Excuse me. Oof. I shouldn't stand so close to the camera when I'm about to make bodily throat noises. When I'm gonna start my throat singing, I shouldn't stand by the microphone so closely. Sorry, people. I too am a human being. Has anyone ever heard a like a musician burp during a concert? I haven't. Only me. Only I would do something so heinous. So unusual. As to burp on a live stream. Like, honestly, I can't say I've ever heard like a radio host or like any professional broadcaster. I can't say I've ever heard any of them burp, ever. Therefore, they are unhuman. They are not human beings. All right, here we go. My day's going great. Any day that I get to paint is a positive day. It's a day that is filled with happy days, good feelings. Because it's not just like, haha, laugh out loud, it's so funny, I've had such a great time, whatever. It's like, when I paint, I just get into this state of flow, this feeling where I just totally get lost in what I'm doing. And the only thing that stops me from keeping doing it sometimes is literally just, I know that I've been working, but I stand when I paint too. I do that on purpose because I find that it helps me, helps me to like know my limit in a way. Helps me to find some limits. All right, here we go. Slowly bringing this corner down. Alright, there we have that. Let's just keep this going. I mean, you know, nothing too exciting. I wish I could, you know, just be like, you know, do some action painting for y'all. But there are other YouTube artists who would probably do some action painting. I'm surprised I don't see too many YouTube action painters. I feel like the problem with action painting is it's over so fast. That's the wonderful thing about action painting as well, is it's so quick. You know, I feel like if I was action painting, it would be fun. One day, when I get big enough, as my canvases get bigger. Honestly, I feel like action painting is kind of a waste on paintings that are smaller than like 6 feet by 6 feet. Like, they just feel like a waste. Because, you know, can you really call it action if you're painting on a surface that's like, that you can't even get a full range of motion, right? It doesn't even feel like your body's getting into it. And by action painting, I mean like expressionism, you know, flinging paint, all that, the abstractionists of the 80s and the 70s and 60s or whatever. And all that came about, aka Jackson Pollock, the de facto father of abstract expressionist action painting. Alright, let's grab some of this gray. We're going to go with our blue. Just going to add a little bit of our color here. There we go. It's improved the spreadability here. You obviously can't feel what I'm feeling, but the tactile sensation is basically that the paint is just so much smoother now. It just flows from the brush so nicely. Yo! Isaiah Scott is here. Ready or not. Ready or not. Isaiah Scott is here. Oh no, that's not actually how the song goes. Ready or not, here I come. Ready or not, here she comes. Isaiah Scott. Gonna take us higher. Whatever that song is. Da-da. There's a song that says that. Something good. Something higher. Na-na-na-na. I feel like it's like Nas. A Nas song that I'm thinking of. Nas and Nas and some singer. I don't know her name. Not Winnie Houston. And here we go. Ready or not, here I come. Yeah, gonna find you and make you want me. Is that the song that's something, there's something about going higher too? Ready or not, here I come. Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's just like this one lyric that I'm thinking of that's like, that has something like something going higher together, something, I don't know. Anyway, that's enough singing from me today. I'm a 2-drink karaoke singer, meaning I need at least 2 drinks before I can do karaoke. But I know some people who are like, you know, they need like 5 drinks before they feel only 2 drinks. I like doing karaoke. I like karaoke. Why is it that karaoke is so popular in Asian countries? For those of you that don't know this, if you've never been to an Asian country, say like Japan or Vietnam. I'm actually not sure about Vietnam. I've never been there, but I know Japan. But China, karaoke is very popular. It is like absurdly popular. To any American, you know, like karaoke is like the thing to do. To any American that I'm sharing this with, or anyone who hasn't been to an Asian country, karaoke is so massively popular in Asian countries. Just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Just people love to hear themselves belching out their poorly sung songs. All right. Karaoke is very popular everywhere. You find it especially in other countries. You just jump it. Lauren Hill. Yes, there we go. All right, Lauren Hill. Yeah, I mean, you know, I can't speak for too many other countries. I can only speak for Asian countries because I've been in the UK, but I didn't notice if the UK had like a extraordinary, an extraordinary interest in karaoke. I didn't notice if they did or not. So I can't really speak to the United Kingdom as far as that goes. But I feel like I can speak to China because I've been there. But you know what? Like, karaoke's popular in America too, but like it's not like, Alexa, what's the definition of ubiquitous?
The word ubiquitous describes something that is present everywhere. And
Yeah, Alexa off. Like, karaoke isn't ubiquitous in America. It's not everywhere. Whereas in China, it's like, there's more karaokes than McDonald's in China. There are more karaokes than McDonald's and Taco Bell combined in China. If anyone can imagine that, if you've ever, had the opportunity to travel to China, and you wonder like, oh, what do they do for fun? Well, they're probably going to sing some karaoke. What would you do for fun in China? Go sing karaoke. Now, I will say, This was prior to. I haven't been to China in over 11 years. So, you know, maybe this has changed. Maybe the generations have changed. Simply, Pookie, you come here. I'm gonna give you a hug. Huh? You want a hug? Pookie, do you want a hug? So I'm about to give you a hug. All right, I'm giving you a hug. So I don't want you to bother me with all my. Here, go see who's at the door. She just saved your butt from getting hugged. Ah, there we go. Hey! You just saved Pookie from getting hugged.
Oh. How's that saving her? Doesn't she like to get hugged?
Well, I'm joking because it's my form of punishment.
Really?
It's my form of punishment
I'm sorry.
to get her off the table.
Yeah.
You follow a fellow big YouTuber and he is presently in China, and yes, he does carrot. Well, there we go. There we go. Mystery solved. But yeah, so as I was saying, you know, I wonder if like the idea that the popularity of karaoke has declined in China simply because of, you know, a change in generational interests. But probably, I'm guessing not. It sounds like it is still like one of the biggest things out there, which is good. I almost feel like McDonald's would go out of business in China before karaoke does. But who knows? I mean, maybe not. I feel like McDonald's would just have to do like one wrong thing and really upset the Chinese government. Whereas karaoke, I mean, it is ingrained into their society. It is ingrained into Chinese society. Whew, what do we do now? So much talking. So much talking has been had. That not much painting has been. Well, I guess we did some painting, right? Let's get this paint nice and wet. I'm gonna spread this paint easily. I want to cover up this hair here. This hair is a little bit too big.
Hi, who's hungry? Oh. Who's hungry? Who wants to eat? Hey, do not scratch that. Cookies. Cow.
Lock, Lynn,
No.
check it out.
No.
Got a lot of streamers in here. You can see Omizu if you want other art. He does a lot of interesting digital art. And we got Azraya, who does some interesting streams.
Look, you guys.
Azraya does, you know, if you're ever feeling like you need someone to talk to,
Eat.
or you're wondering why you're not feeling yourself, maybe Azraya is probably a good option. I mean, you know, just a disclaimer, right? Like, she does mental health stuff. So just as a disclaimer, right? Always talk to your doctor or whatever.
I'll feed you now. There's still food in the bowl, so.
When you know, need things.
Eat the bowl.
But of course, and good alternatives if you're feeling okay but just need a little uplift. I think Azraya is there. Azraya is around
Hi.
with her live streams.
Hi.
So how's this looking? The walls are kind of funky, but that's okay. I don't mind that. And you know what? This should be much brighter around the light bulb here. Because when there's light, there's light. So you know what? I want to do some extreme perspective. So I'm trying to figure out how I can make this go up and look like a room. Well, I guess this has to be the room right here. You know, just boom, 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 boom. This is the room. Fern, now you're up here too? Are you not? Fern.
He's learning bad habits. You're actually learning bad habits. So they come up here and so you come over. Right? Am I right? Yes. You're right.
Okay. You know what? I need a break on this. I might need to let some of this dry. And then we're going to go paint something else. But before we do, get a nice photo here. Actually, I might be able to do one more thing. I'm going to try to do a good straight line.
Now get this on your leg.
Whoa! Fern!
That's not going to get it off. That's going to peel it off.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to decide whether I want to use this long side. Where do I want it? Where do I really want this back corner to go? I want him to feel as crammed as possible. I want to create this feeling that he's as crammed as possible. So I need to get this line maybe right. No, that's a little too high. Maybe like right here, right? Let's see. Is this a good? You know what? That might be a really good spot to do this line. So let's try this. We're gonna get a. Let's use our Mark Maggiore signature brush, shall we? So this is a Mark Maggiore signature brush. It's a very long, fine point, and I wonder, you know, if it's for the detail or if it's for just having like a nice long line. Mark Maggiore is an artist that I follow on Instagram. Highly recommend checking him out as well. But he's a very talented artist. Very, 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 very talented artist. Just like myself. Yes. That's right. I just stroked my own ego. But he's a very talented artist. Amazing. Probably one of the greatest modern, contemporary, figurative, Western painters on the entire planet right now. Because not only does he have not only is he really, 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 really good, but he's also, he's actually got some clout. You know, he's not like a cause clout chaser, but he's got a solid following. He's done a painting with Kevin Costner. What a great, that's pretty cool. Alright, that's a little crooked though. What should we do? Should we leave it? Yeah, why not? We're gonna leave it. And let's go on this one. See, let's go right around here. Paint this.
Here we go.
Let's go across here. So basically what I'm doing, I'm just painting this line. I'm just using this as like a straight line here. That's a straight edge. And then let's go right here. Let's go up with this. Like it's too late for that, lady. Oh, went a little too high. But we'll go ahead and adjust this. Actually, you know what? I'm really disturbed by this line. I gotta do it again. Unfortunately, these lines are easy to adjust. How much of an angle do I need to move? I need to move it like, let's see. I want to at least match it up with this side, so. All right. Now let's go fill back in these spaces again. Pretty intense. Yeah, it's getting intense. It's very intense. Intensity is my middle name. Intensity. That's a cool, that's actually a pretty cool name for, if you were to give your kid a modern name, you want to give your kids a modern name, just name them Intensity. I think this piece of cardboard is a little too, I was gonna say it's too clunky. I can't like really hold it up very nicely. It's okay, we're gonna figure this out. So many lines. So confusing. Alright. And then after this, we're gonna do one more on this side. Just add a hint of mineral spirit just so the paint slides nice and smooth. We're just gonna go right here, up and away, right there. All right. So how's that? Okay, cool. Not bad. I do like this brush. It's a nice long brush that can help do stuff like that. I'm sure it has a lot of other powers that I can, secret powers, because it's a Mark Maggiore brush. It even has a signature on it, Mark Maggiore. Recommend looking them up if you like seeing some really talented artists. But Mark Maggiore brush, yes, I use his brush. I could probably just brand my own brushes, but maybe sometime I will. Probably should just do it right now. Let me just do it tonight. Make my own brush brand. Okay. The sky's the limit, people. The skies, actually, we've gone beyond the skies. In fact, Katy Perry just went to space. So, you know what? If a pop star can go to space, I think that she is showing and demonstrating that the sky is not the limit. The sky is just the beginning. Yes. Good old Katy Perry. My goodness, she has gone to space. She is not only a talented artist, but someone who has seen the entire earth with her own eye. Which that probably makes Earth about as real as possible for anyone. Like, what could be more real than seeing the entire planet all at once? And here we go. Gonna tighten up some of this line right here. As I mentioned, probably gotta clean up right here. Clean up these lines. Because this section is a little confusing right now. An attempt was made here to create an interesting shape, but I feel like it's okay. I'm not the biggest fan of this design here. But before we go any further, I think we're going to leave it at this for now. And we're going to go to our next painting. So I had this drawing that I did a couple weeks ago. I'll do a little bit of a smaller painting. My next one.
When's your next show coming up? It's soon, isn't it?
Yeah, at the end of the month.
Oh, that's great.
I need your help.
To do what?
Can you please reach into the bottom of this bag and pull out the sketchbook? I just don't want to mess my clothes because...
You don't have to set again?
Just reach into the bottom of the bag. There's nothing's going to bite you in there.
I know, I was just wondering why there's all this stuff in the
Because
bag.
I just had to go to set yesterday. And I needed to bring my clothes.
Unpack?
Huh?
Don't you ever unpack?
I do, but I forgot to the other night, so that's why there's stuff in there.
Obviously don't like the canned food.
So I made these drawings the other day, and there's this one person that I'm like, oh, that's a really good design. And I feel like I need to put this into a drawing here.
Jeez.
Right there. But it's gonna be a small one. Oh, excuse me, my goodness. Why am I burping so much tonight? So that I had Cuban food for lunch, if anybody's interested. What's up, Scout? Why are you looking at me like all cute and stuff? Huh?
This is cute.
Scout, why are you looking at me all cute?
This is cute.
Why are you so cute, buddy? And we're gonna do a paint over. I have an entire section of paint overs. We're gonna do a paint over right now. It's gonna be a paint over. First, I need to find a piece that I'm willing to paint over. How did this get in the box? I don't want to paint over this one.
Can I get it off of you? Get it off of you, please. Hey. This is gonna stay on until we go back to the back. So I'm cutting off this.
So I guess this is what we're gonna paint over. We're gonna do a small painting now. Let's go for a small painting. I actually like this design. But for now, let's do a photo of this one. Snatch a photo. Okay. Actually, you know what? I might be able to find another small. This one.
Really? You don't like it?
Nah. I don't think I'd be able to find a buyer either.
You never know.
You never know, but I have plenty of paintings.
They're all good. So take a fresh canvas.
Yeah, but I don't have a fresh canvas that's, I need a smaller fresh canvas. I need a smaller one because I might give this away. This painting that I'm about to do. I can't do it on a big.
Hey! What are you doing?
What did she do?
I don't know. I heard a noise. I thought I knocked something over. Hey! Espresso. Owning cats. Oh my god. I didn't realize how stressful it would be hiding all my jewelry, all my stuff.
Okay.
Everything I own that's small enough for them to pick up in their mouths.
Yo, Bowinator. Boginator, Bowinator, Flowinator. The bow. Go with the bow. There's a good motto. Go with the bow. If you are slogan.
What's in here? Cat food?
Told you the mineral spirits.
Oh, I forgot. That's a lot of stuff you're getting. Let's go with the most recent thing you said, and I thought it was.
Okay.
Excuse me, I'm over here. No kitties. Great day until I went to the dentist.
Uh-huh.
Every time I go, it's bad news.
All right, let's raise this up here. Go with the bow. Now, like, if you ever become a car salesman, or like, you know, if you ever decide to play professional sports, if you want to play professional sports, you should totally make that your slogan. Go with the bow. Go with the bow. Go. I could. Do you play baseball? I think that's a great slogan, man. Go with the bow. Certain names are just like perfect for sports, like Michael Jordan. What a perfect name for sports. Who could have come up with a better name for sports other There's no better name for sports than Michael Jordan. LeBron James is good. I mean, LeBron James is a great player, but I feel like as far as like some of the most iconic names for sports, Michael Jordan is up there on that list. So let's go ahead and bring this down a little bit. Oops. Oh, I'm not going to be able to.
No. No. No.
All right. So many brushes right now. We're going to pop open some oil pastels. Let's use red as our main color that we're going to use to sketch over this. Actually, let's use a vibrant orange. And we're going to use this figure right here, this little character, as our study piece. You do not play baseball, go with the bow. Well, what do you do that you can actually, that you feel like you could probably use that one day? Go with the bow. Rule of thirds is like right here. So I want the face to be like right around here. I love being able to do my initial sketch out with a oil pastel, but I don't get to do it all the time. It's really good when I'm just like painting totally for fun. Not because I want a painting that, you know, someone might buy one day. but like, it's totally for fun, but I also don't know, you know, how oil pastel will hold up with the painting. With the oil pastel will eventually hold up. Oh, this is way too big. But you know, that's okay. Is that okay? If I'm gonna go big, I might as well go bigger. So let's just push this to the end of the road here. And let's just shape out some of the design here. We're going to do an ear on this side. So we're going to come around, and we're going to go an ear. Get an ear there. Get an ear there. And then we're going to go with the lip right here. All right, we're going to go get the eye, 2 eyes right here. And then we're going to do a nostril right there. Let's add some colors in now. Just so we have some foundation color here. So we have an idea. Don't choose an old hit. You could become a hit man. Don't choose an old hit, man. Go with the bow. All right. There you go. That is dark, man. That is a very dark character who can talk about hits so lightly. Brilliant. Brilliant character design, Bo. You got a future in film writing, screenwriting, maybe even filmmaking. I would say filmmaking, but you know what? I don't know how. I know obviously you're a good storyteller. I just don't know if you're a good visual person yet. I'm sure you are. You're probably a great visual person. But I can't speak to things that I don't know. Therefore, I do not. You know what? Let's go with this blue. And then we're going to go... We're going to define her black hair. So we're going to do some shapes though. Let's do some shapes. And then it comes around right here. We're gonna go eyelashes right here. And then let's see what color we're gonna make her shirt. I'm gonna keep it fairly simple. We're gonna go with what goes good with blue, red, orange. Orange is good with blue. Good old complementary colors. So good choice. I think I just naturally picked orange as the outline color, which is great. Let's give her an orange shirt. And of course, red lips. Why would anyone give someone a cool lip color like other than red? I'm gonna give red lip color here. And my only struggle right now that I can already foresee is that I'm gonna try to make this too realistic. You know, is that I'm already thinking like, oh, well, I've got red lips, duh, black hair, okay, everybody's got black hair, everyone's got red lips, everyone's got, you know, blue, complementary. So the only thing I'm thinking is like the color of her actual skin. How should I make that? That's my big dilemma right now. Should I make it a normal color, or should I try to find some color in between all of this? You know, just a nice, beautiful, like, color in between. Let's see, what would contrast go with red? Red would be like a purple color. But since it's female, I'm thinking like a light, just a rosy, you know, I think a rosy pink would be good. I think that would get the point across perfectly. Let's see how that looks. Let's start with this pink here. And go around the ear right here. Get some pinks. And you know what? I can actually do 2 different colors on each side here. If I want to get really wild, I can separate these 2 sections and give her 2 separate colors. So one could be a pink, and the other could be like a, what's the other could be like a brighter orange. Pink and a blue. Pink and a baby blue might be good. Let's try that. So pink and a baby blue. Let's see how that looks. That's kind of cool. All right. We can do that. All right, and here we go. Get this ear to look a little bit like an ear. And then we're going to get an eyelash. Pookie, I'm only letting you here because I'm not painting yet, okay? Don't get too comfortable. Pookie, stop smacking your tail on the canvas like you don't know what you're doing. You know dang well what you're doing. Knows dang well that her tail is just gonna be here. Alright, so let's get to painting, people. Enough with the oil pastels, let's put them away.
Oh. Oh. What do you want? Oops.
Do we have ice cream?
Yeah.
Did you just buy that?
Cookies and cream?
No, the thing that's the blue bottle.
This one?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Last week.
Okay.
It's like half empty.
It's great to have a partner that always has ice cream around. Because even if you don't eat ice cream, the one day that you really, 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 really want ice cream,
It'll be gone.
it'll be gone. Sure, yeah, whatever. Alright, I'm not going to need any flat brushes, so I'm going to clean off some of my brushes here. Got my flat brush cleaned off. You like to think you're a good visual storyteller. Alright, well, if you're a good visual storyteller and you're a good, you know, writer of creative ideas, you will be a great filmmaker. So, let's go with the bow. Need to make a movie? Go with the bow. Need a screenplay? Let's go with the bow. We need an actor. Let's go with the bow. Who can handle a movie? Who can direct a movie of this much gravitas? Telling the story of the creation of the universe. Let's go with the bow. I can see it now. Going with the bow. Let's go with the bow, people. That should be, dude, you gotta make a shirt that says go with the bow, bro. I mean, I feel like it already exists. There's someone named Bo that has already come up with this. But if you get the domain name, Alexa, is the domain name Go with the Bow spelled GOWITHTHEBEAU.com? Is that domain name taken?
Get it off you, please. Get it off you.
Hook it! Can you pick her up?
Spooky.
Can
Here.
you put your wine down?
I can pick her up with the wine?
No, you can't.
Why? But here, hold.
You're gonna drop something if you try to pick her up while holding wine at the same time. I smell
I
it.
got it.
Huh?
I got it.
Yeah, with two hands. With one hand, you would have dropped something. Either would have dropped her into this giant basket that doesn't need to be here, which I left there, obviously.
With all your stuff in.
Right. Or you would have dropped your glass. And be like, ah!
Okay, okay. So, over here. Spooky is over here.
Alright.
Sit on my lap.
Actually, you know what? I might keep one flat brush.
Come here. Sit on my lap. Come
So if you can, Bo, honestly, I would recommend going to GoDaddy.com and looking up to see if GoWithTheBow.com is a website. It's already been taken as a domain name. Because if it hasn't, you gotta snatch that up. If your name is actually Bo, man, that,
She's coming back.
like, there's so many ways you could go with it. Just snatch up the domain name, keep it until, like, you come up with a business idea that you want to do. You just
She
want
didn't hear me, but she's coming back.
She's in a bed. She walked to the bedroom.
But did she? She's coming back.
All right, let's clean this brush off. Like, Go with the Bow can be anything. Anything that makes money. Like, you can make money with Go with the Bow for anything. Oh, we need a restaurant. Let's Go with the Bow. He's got a review website. We need a brilliant illustrator. Who can possibly illustrate some new ideas? Let's just go with the Bow. Who do we pass the ball to? Go with the Bow. All right. Anyway, so now I'm trying to think. How do I make a background? I don't want a background that's gonna take away too much from our figure here, but I do want to make it somewhat bright and poppy, somewhat rosy. Try to find a bright. It's a good bright red. A rosy pinky red. Rosy red. Let's grab a little bit of blue just to make this more purple. And let's add a little bit of mineral spirit. And let's just paint this down. We gotta cover our space here. Going with the bow is the way to go. Go with the bow if you want things done. Go with the bow. Because bow's the man. Go with the bow. Let's add a little bit of red again into this. Got white in. Add to this. A little bit of our blue again. Add to this. Sometimes I don't always mix the exact recipes, but I get close. She really does not want that to come off, huh? It probably pulls off her hair. Alright, let's grab some more of this red, lay it down with the blue, grab some of the white, lay it down with the red, grab some of this blue, and keep this purple going, keep this purple flowing. Oh, did she come back to you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
Hold it against me. She just...
Well, eventually it'll come off, right? It's gonna have to. Or just leave it on there for forever.
I don't know if it's cutting off the circulation
Well,
in my leg or not. It seems kind of tight.
well, eventually she'll probably chew it off. Honestly, I could probably just like leave it like this. Maybe darken some of the features. Alright, so we're going to go with this blue right here. And this blue is just going to help us fill out the majority of the space for our top. But I want this top to have this like lighter blue. So how do I find this lighter blue? I'm going to grab some white. And I want it to be more of like a pop blue. Gray it out a little bit to reduce the actually, yeah, if I reduce the saturation just a little bit of this color and gray it out, it might just help us to find this. Yep. All right, let's grab some more of this blue. Bring this down. Paint it down. Here we go. Honestly, I kind of like it the way it is, like how it has this like painting behind it. Really gives this like interesting look, like a transparency. Transparency. The word of the day is transparency. Transparency means how much something can be seen through, the level of the opposite of opacity. Transparency is how much you can see through something. The transparency of glass is very high because you're very glass you can see through. But not all glass is made the same. Some glasses have different transparency because some glasses are tinted. Transparency. And let's go like, you could become a lawyer. Oh, dude, a lawyer. That's brilliant. Go with the bow. A surgeon, a lawyer. Go with the bow. Dude, any lawyer with the name Bo who sees this is definitely gonna take the domain name Go with the Bow, because that is a perfect lawyer. Like, you know, it's like Better Call Saul. It's better. Go with the bow. Injured, go with the bow. If there's a lawyer not using that somewhere who's named Bo, they are totally like not. They have not hired the right publicists. Or like whatever. What is their team even doing? Their team isn't doing anything useful. Alright, we're gonna go. Their team is basically being useless. Like, how could you have a name like Bo and not come up with a phrase like "go with the bow"? If you're a business, I mean, right? If you're a business owner, you hire people to do marketing for you. You like advertise and you do all of these things, and all you need is a good catchy slogan, a good little jingle. And they didn't come up with "go with the bow." That is totally a failure. Alright, we're going to go like this, grab this yellow. I'm going to lay it on top of this darker red here. Bring in some of our other red here. Let's create this very bright, vibrant orange here. There we go, that's a good orange. Add in our mineral spirit right here, a little bit more. There we go. Bring in our mineral spirit so that we can spread the paint nice and easy. Here we go. Nice fiery orange color for us to work with.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Fucking building codes, lawsuits. It's the whole goddamn world. Here, fucking God, she's gonna go here. The only way to stop her and stop them is put them all in the fucking ground.
Oh, baby crying. Is that a baby or a cat? Oh.
Very tense time.
Yeah.
Toronto.
They're in Toronto?
Yeah. They're excellent.
Exile from America?
Exiled from the America that became Gilead in the Revolution.
Ah. Gilead.
A whole bunch of
So-
religious nutcases.
But they exiled to Canada. That's funny.
Well, Canada accepted them.
Oh.
They had to go somewhere if they wanted to be safe and free.
They can't be safe and free in America.
No, because America doesn't exist anymore.
In the Gilead.
It became Gilead.
Right. So they can't exist in the Gilead, is what you're
The
saying.
only places in America that still exist in this show are Alaska and Hawaii. They couldn't get there with their troops.
There's no idea what he's doing.
And are Alaska and Hawaii defended right now by America?
Excuse me?
Is Alaska and Hawaii an American state still?
Yeah, because the troops of Gilead couldn't physically get there.
Right.
Because of the locations.
So the America does still exist.
Yes, but it's very small. It's not like it is now. It's tiny.
Right.
And she could have stayed in, well, later on, because I jumped ahead a bit, she does go to Alaska. And she finds her mother in exile there. Not really in exile, I mean, it's part of America, so she lives there. But what June, the main character, is trying to do is take down Gilead.
Oh. The plot twist is that she's a CIA agent
No, the CIA doesn't even exist anymore.
for America. Well, then what part of America does Pookie? Gosh, Pookie, come here.
Put her in the bedroom.
Come here, Pookie.
I mean, it's a very different type of show based on the book,
Come here.
which a lot of high school students read, even though it's like
Little
brutal and there's so much abuse going on of women.
Mhm.
I mean, the punishments are medieval. They cut off limbs,
Mm.
they execute people, they cut out their eyes, they cut off their sexual organs,
Mm.
teach them a lesson. They make them into sexual slaves.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible situation, and they've outlawed all technology.
Are you gonna stop coming on our table, Pookie? Huh? Are you
Put
gonna
her in
stop?
the bedroom. Simba's in there.
Sometimes she has to use the bathroom. I don't want her to use the
Go
bathroom.
use the bathroom now, Cookie. You understand? Use the bathroom now. Or I can put a litter box.
All right, back to this painting. I really like that there's this background here. And I feel like I want to try to keep it somehow.
Hey, baby girl.
And now I want to find like a really dark blue color. Let's go with the black here. I'm going to grab a lot of this black, just lay it down into these. Just going to lay it down into the hair here. And I want to make these balls in her head blue. Just to give it some extra look. And this next portion, let's see, I think this needs to come. Clean off this brush, per usual. I'm gonna grab this blue. Actually, I probably need some more of the blue. I'm gonna need it for tomorrow too, probably. So let's just lay this blue down. Excuse me.
Where are the other food? Here.
Huh?
We're gonna get small amounts of food.
Yeah.
Yeah. Small amounts of food. If you get too much, you leave it there.
Let's grab some more of this blue. Gonna come around with it. Let's go around with this blue again. And we're gonna go around this side. Honestly, I feel like I should add a little bit of white. But actually, no, we'll do that later. We will add the white later.
You want some too? You don't want some? Yeah. All right.
And let's see. What What can we do? You know, I could be more decorative about this later. But for now, let's go. I need to find a light, super light blue color. Super, super light blue. To fill this space in. Maybe a bit of green, this like little bit of green that I have. Try to mix this color right here. Like a teal blue.
Here, it's not for everybody.
There we go. Why is she blue in the face? Who cares? It's not that important. It's a nice color. Alright, here we go. Add some more of this. Let's go around the eyes here.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 7:58 p.m.
And then we're going to clean off this brush. Now, yo, how many viewers? I don't know. I think you should be able to see it. You love blue. Justina loves blue. Thank you for letting me know that you love blue. I'm going to do a red and then mix this red in with to darken our little rose color here that we have. I want to darken this rose color. And let's see what's. Oh yeah, this is an ear. Let's go like this. Did he say, "What are you smoking"? Is that what is? Would they say that? Is that some dialogue they would say in the show? What are you smoking?
It is the modern age. It's just changed. Yeah, he might have said that. This guy was a college before education changed. Women were not allowed to be educated or to read. If they read, they had their fingers cut off.
Oh, that's not good.
None of it is good. The only thing that we didn't suffer, we were wives of the commanders, but even then they suffered. Commander Rogers said,
cut her finger off.
They cut her finger off.
Cut her finger off.
Husband let them do it.
He-
He's dead.
Oh.
June.
Her wife? His wife?
No. The one who was his handmaid.
Oh.
He got to rape her over and over and over.
Oh,
With
that's.
his wife's permission.
Oh. So what's his wife now do?
If you're traveling to be surrounded.
She's an ambassador for Gilead in Canada.
Oh.
They basically kicked her out of Gilead. They didn't know what to do with her.
Let's try putting my art on shirts. How many viewers? Yeah, I did put my art on shirts. They didn't really sell, to be honest. I put my art on shirts for a little while. They did not sell. Alright, so now, we've been slowly making our way around with these brushes. Now it's time to get on a smaller brush scale here. And here we go. So we're gonna go. Let's go into this eye. We're gonna go into here. And then let's go with our red. I'm gonna make some bright red lips here. I probably should have, if I had been thinking, I probably should have made the red lips on the blue side. Because now, it's the color's like too similar. Unless I really brighten this up with a, let's see. Here's an Azo red. Maybe this Azo red will work. Scout!
Now, Scout bother you?
Oh, he pulled out the plug on my charger. Michael Wilbur. Should say how many viewers. So if you're having trouble trying to figure that out, I don't know how to help you, because I could just help you by giving the answer. But I'm not going to. Because that would make life too easy for you, Michael. Can't make it too easy. Okay.
Thank you. Give us a moment.
Praise be, man.
So why are you here, Mr. Michael?
Why are you here?
I'm here to spread his word and to show the people that there is a better way to live.
There's a crowd of people outside right now that would love to see you shut down in the street.
From where I can see it.
All right. And now, let's see, what other details did I pick up? I picked up some other details. Let's get this little round shape here.
I'll make a couple of calls, and this place will shut down in a matter of days.
Is that what you came here to tell me? We have issues with the plumbing here?
Okay. I also came here to tell you that my wife is gonna kill you. And I'm gonna let her.
Hey,
So. Let's get out of there.
Agnes is not
All right, so this is a really like fluffy brush. I need like a stiffer. Actually, you know what? Let's stick with a nice flowy brush. I want to grab some ivory black. Grab our ivory black. Ivory black sounds like such a nice color. Ivory. It's ivory black. It's ivory black. All right, here we go. We're just gonna outline everything. Just outline things. Let's outline. Nice thick outline here. This outline's too thick. But you know what? Why not? Let's go with thick outlines. Just make it nice and bold. Nice bold outline here.
Commander Lawrence, I have come to believe that the handmade system possibly to prevent such
And yes, one day I have prints of my work. It's easier to like, I don't want to put my paintings on everything. When I first started, I was trying to put them on everything, but you know, I think the art that goes on shirts isn't the art that really I'm making. Maybe this piece, but
I believe God will be better served if handmaids are not posted in households.
Smoking, commander's gonna buy into that. They're not interested in some quick in and out to make a baby. They want those girls in their homes, accessible anytime, so they can sniff the air after they walk by, whatever the hell they want.
and let's go like this. It's very cartoony.
The handmade system.
Pablo Picasso. Alexa, when did Pablo Picasso live?
The artist Pablo Picasso lived from 1881 to 1973.
Alexa, when did Walt Disney live?
Walt Disney lived from December 5th, 1901 to December 15th, 1966.
Hey. No, you can't have my chicken. My chicken.
Definitely had a little bit more pizzazz. Also, the mash of the all-time greats. Congratulations, here's the water heater that somehow passed inspection. Well, you're definitely clutch Mason. Congratulations, you used your first year supply of natural fertilizer. Remember, not too little or too much, or you'll kill them all.
Congratulations. Here's for this Explorer.
And just outlining this.
What's the bad news? I skipped the line.
You know what? I want to get a better brush for this. This brush is a little bit too like too delicate. It's far too delicate of a brush. I need like a nice stiff brush that will help me lay down paint effectively without pressing too hard. I think that the best brush for this is this one. So let's do that. Alright. And here we go. Grab our black again. I'm going to come down around the head. Add some more black.
I think we do 3 setups here, then we move to
And let's do an outline around this eye. This outline will really help to tie this eye together. Actually, you know what? I need an ear right here. Let's go like this. Go like this. Bring this eye around. The scalp.
God saved you for a reason, dear. God is doing this city. After all you have been through, you don't think there's a reason behind it all? Here. Slow down, slow down.
Okay. And what do we do now? I think we decorate. Let's see. How do we decorate this? You know, we got the big details, the small details. Now it's just a matter of decorating everything.
When any of them are struggling, and they don't do, you just do something horrible. I want to do things differently. I want to get any problem early.
Okay, and then let's see. Let's go. I'm gonna find some white. Let's find some yellow. Actually, no. Got this green, white, red. What color should I add across the black? I think like an off blue. Off blue would be good. And we're just gonna go. Oh, you know what? I could put like a little thing up here. And we're gonna add some more of this color. And we're gonna go right around this way instead. And what are we gonna do about these bangs? Let's see.
Where do you find the soap at BMW? It's not just on the elements.
Add some hair design here. And then let's see. Clean this brush off. I want to tighten up this space a little bit more. Try to find this blue here. It's like nice blue. Looks kind of plain. What would be some good colors to break up some of the shapes here? Maybe some yellow stripes, orange and blue. Maybe some subtle yellow stripes. Always need patterns. One simple reason why I decided to use patterns is just this fact of, when you're painting, I think, or when you're making anything, it's like, you got to find the balance between big, medium, small. That's like just one of the most basic things in painting or artwork is like, your big details, your major big details, which is like this huge flat color in the background. And then you got your smaller details. or your medium details, you know, like the eyes. I would consider the eyes like a medium detail. And then you gotta add like some patterns and stuff just to break things around. Now, how do I do stuff in the background here?
I like how you chew on it. I like it.
And here we go. You know what? Let's do this. Let's add some energy. Very, Is that a nipple or a wound?
It's a gunshot wound.
Oh.
It's a revolutionary.
Oh. Let's go like this. Let's start to add some color variety here.
You got one too. He doesn't be a revolutionary. He's just a long ways ago.
No, that can happen. Never know.
Of course it can.
And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on warm colors. Usually I might just like open this up and do like every type of color. I think I'm going to focus on warm colors. The purples, the blues. Huh?
Look at him.
Who?
Scout.
Oh, he's enjoying your hand.
Yeah.
He loves your hands.
Ow! Okay, not too hard. Don't make it too hard. It's too hard. Ow! Ow, ow, ow. That's enough. He wants to play with me like I'm a cat. Ow! You're a little rough, Scout.
Praise be. Welcome to our home. I'm Alanis, and this is where I live. Chose to give us birth to the word of truth.
Pookie, can't deal with you right now. Now's not a good time. Go play with Kathleen. Alright, keeping it nice and warm with our colors here.
Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:27 p.m.
Hey, pretty girl. Turn. You want me to take that bandage off you? I don't think you are.
Grab this. Grab our red and pink. Just try putting art on shirts. Yes, that's the last message. Thank you. I will. And this is just decoration. Decoration. Just the decorative arts. Being decorative. Only for the sake of the fact that if I don't do it, it's probably a little too boring.
18 months ago, our holiday was joy. Today, the families of 59 hostages will sit at their table without their loved ones, or still being held captive by Hamas in Gaza. Over a year and a half in captivity, guarded by armed terrorists.
Previously, on Handmaid's Tale, she's not a good wife. That is not fucking happening.
We'll be done here after this. After this section of after this section of
Well? Yes? Yes. I'm willing to do this. Just the Guardian was coming across information about this place. Any other?
there we go.
His ass was a wreck.
We are done here. Put our paints away. I'm gonna sign my signature. Oh, this is a good signature brush, actually. It's probably a really good signature brush. I'm gonna find a different brush. Let's see. Good signature brush. Good brush for my signature. Let's go. What would show up on orange? Be red. Red might show up on blue.
Hi.
Okay, there we go. All right, very good. Exciting, exciting, exciting painting. You know, it probably took me like, it's like Disney, Picasso, and Keith Haring came together to make a baby. Wow, look at that. Celebrate. It's very celebratory. Look at all the combination of things. It's like an artist who couldn't decide what kind of style he wanted, so he just took 5 different styles and just like blended them together and tried to figure it out, and somehow it came out like something good. Thanks, Omizu. But I will say, you know, although I did this, you probably won't believe how many sketches that I have to, of these sketches, types of sketches that I have to do before I actually come up with a design I like. Let me show an example here. Like, I have hundreds and hundreds of like attempts at trying to make similar faces and designs. Thousands, probably. But it's funny how you don't see the work behind. And, you know, most of the time I sketch out things pretty live, but, like, this is just one sheet of, like, all these other horrible, you know, these messed up faces. But somehow hers just turned out really good. That one just, for whatever reason, called to me. But, you know, just going through the sketchbook here, like, you know, all these exercises and, you know, sketches and attempts at these similar Picasso-esque cubist, analytical cubist faces. You know, so many attempts. Drawing people loosely, sketches. I probably have more, like, you know, these little things, all trying to come up with ideas of faces. Trying to come up with these ideas. All these attempts at making these faces until you finally find at least one or two that you like. I actually like this one too. But this one looks like a Cartoon Network cartoon. So I don't know if I'll ever do it. But I do really like this face. Not the other two, but I really like this one, the central one. These are okay. Maybe this one might be good to play with. Look, so many that look absolutely horrendous. I like the cat. I actually like this cat. That's a cat. I like that cat. But let's see where else. I don't know, lots and lots. This is just one sketchbook, but finally found a design I liked, so that's what we went with. But y'all know the secret now. You are familiar with my secrets that are not actually secrets. If you watch my live stream, they're not secrets, but they're secrets in other locations like the internet. I mean, like my Instagram, it might feel like a secret. Let me see, did I close everything yet? Wrapping things up. You know, sometimes you just see somebody who has a look, and you know, there's a time between when you look at them and then like your practice and your efforts, combination with their look plus your efforts, that just you're able to come up with something interesting. Does my drawings disturb you? No, my drawings don't disturb me. Of course not. I love my drawings. I just think some are better than others, that's all. But with that said, everyone, we're going for good night. So let's take care. Thank you for being on this stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for engaging in conversation. And have a good night, everybody.